How to become an audio engineer, brought to you by jobsearchchannel.com.
All right, you guys, what's going on today? So today we're going to be going over the question of who is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band's music producer. Now, I've been learning about music and music production for well over 10 years now, though I'm still learning every single day. I think it's important to note that when you have a career in music, you're always learning, simply because the technology in music is always changing, the business is always changing, the entire landscape is always changing. I mean, you even just look at the past decade and you can see how much music has changed, and our ability to kind of spread music worldwide so quickly and efficiently is absolutely astounding. And I'm sure if people from 40 years ago looked at what we're doing today, they'd be blown away. So I think it's very, very important that you're always asking new questions and seeking out new answers, because you always want to be ahead of the curve. Now, I got into music because, well, it's always been a huge, huge passion of mine. I didn't start out in music production necessarily. I actually began as a singer and guitarist. I was playing in different bands here and there, doing tours across the US. And I kind of had this curiosity for music production. I wanted to get in on the other side and see what it was all about, you know. This very creative sort of outlet that was behind the scenes was always of interest to me. So I ended up going to school, studied music there, music theory, music technology, music business. And I did a few internships at some studios out here in LA, which I got some wonderful hands-on experience from. I would highly recommend, if you're getting into the music industry in any facet, definitely go and get yourself an internship. I think it's one of the best ways to create a better understanding of your particular field with, I guess you should say. And after all that, I got out and got a job as a music producer, composer, and writer at a sync production studio out here in LA. And that's where I've been working pretty much full-time for the past 2 years. Now, you might want to know the answer to the question of who is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band's producer, because, well, Bob Seger is pretty much one of the biggest names in American classic rock, or heartland rock, as a lot of people and Bob Seger fans like to call it. Bob Seger has had a career that has spanned many, many decades, and of course, behind any great, influential, or iconic artist mostly lies a great, influential, iconic producer. And that is exactly why I want to talk to you about Edward Punch Andrews, otherwise just known as Punch Andrews. Now, Punch Andrews, he's a music producer, and he pretty much produced a lot of the Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band albums. Much of his work is pretty much responsible for the success of Bob Seger. He's also been the manager for Seger for a while, and Kid Rock too. Punch Andrews is known for producing a slew of other bands as well during the mid-1990s. One of the most popular was Grand Funk Railroad. He has done so much in just working with top artists for so many decades, producing really, really high-quality American rock albums. He founded the labels Hideout Records and Palladium Records, which I would highly recommend checking out if you're looking to learn more about this style of music and the other artists and bands that were kind of under this genre umbrella. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing more about the style and the production techniques used in that kind of heartland rock, country, folk sort of sound, I would highly recommend looking up Punch Andrews, because he's a really big name, and I think a very necessary name for people in that realm to know about. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to check the description and hit the link to get in touch with us. All right, take it easy.